watching Traders Calendar on the ИнстаФорекс TV channel with me, Kate Недачина. The main macroeconomic data that is to be released in the second half of the week is the GDP and inflation reports in several developed countries. On Thursday, the market will pay attention to the US GDP report for the second quarter. Analysts expect that the quarterly growth of the US economy made up 3.2% in the given period, according to the revised data. The first release showed a 2.3% rise in the reporting period, while economists anticipated an increase of 2.5%. The print for the first quarter was considerably revised upwards to 0.6% from minus 0.2%. In the previous quarter, consumer spending that makes up 70% of the US GDP rose by 2.9% from 1.8%. Analysts point out that the US economy continues with its slow, gradual growth and that gradual interest rate hike will be possible for the US Federal Reserve in the near future. The last third release of the US economic growth for the second quarter will be revealed in September. Moreover, on Friday, Japan will publish its statistics on consumer inflation for July. The indicator growth is expected to slow down to 0.2% on a yearly basis. Consumer inflation was at the level of 0.4%, keeping on slowing down. Experts' average forecast suggested a 0.3% rise in consumer prices. Meanwhile, consumer spending dropped suddenly. It will probably make it harder to reach the inflation level of 2% targeted by the government. Bank of Japan Deputy Governor Hiroshi Nakasa believes that the downward pressure which a drop in crude prices has on the inflation will probably reach its peak in July-September. The official expects the inflation in the country to accelerate from this autumn. On Friday, Germany will also unveil its data on consumer price index. Pundits expect that the August reading fell by 0.1% compared with the preceding months. In July, Germany's inflation growth rates remained at a very low level but still rose a bit. Prices inched up by 0.2% in July following a 0.1% fall in the previous months. In annual terms, the German inflation also slowed down to 0.2% in July in regard to 0.3% in June. At the same time, the harmonized index of consumer prices, which is calculated via the same method for all the European Union countries, grew by 0.3% in July after a fall of 0.2% months earlier. These days, the following macroeconomic reports will be published as well. On Thursday, Australia will release its data on private capital expenditure. The United States will reveal its statistics on the number of Americans who applied for unemployment benefits and on pending home sales. What's more, Jackson Hole Symposium will begin on Thursday. On Friday, the United Kingdom and Switzerland will report on the GDP, and the US will unveil its data on trade balance and personal spending. On Saturday, Bank of England Governor Mark Carney and Vice Chairman of Federal Reserve Stanley Fischer will deliver speeches. It was Calendar of Currency Market Trader on the ИнстаФорекс TV channel. Stay tuned with us.